Good morning, and welcome to another Writer's Morning Commute. So today I'm going to continue my thoughts on things I've learned you need to think about while writing a book that weren't immediately apparent to me. Things that I've learned by going through the process a few times. Last week I talked about character and how you need more to it than just a general background. Today, the next big stool leg, if you will, of the three parts that make up a story is the setting. When I thought setting before I started really writing, I always just imagined the overall world that the story took place in. But there's really two different things we mean when we talk about setting. The first is, like I thought, the overall world. It's your magic system, it's your geography, it's your government, currency, where people work, socioeconomic breakdowns. It's all that big picture stuff. However, you also have your individual scene settings, where the action takes place. That's where you can incorporate the five senses a lot better. You can work in those smells and textures, hopefully, sounds, and maybe even tastes, in addition to the sights that are a little bit easier to do on the big picture. And I didn't spend enough time on the, at least thinking about the little stuff. Like, I would put some, setting details in there as I wrote, but they weren't really in harmony with the story I was telling, and I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about them. Now I'm trying. I haven't had a lot of time to work it into my process yet, but the goal is to start doing more of that in pre-writing and trying to come up with individual scene settings that can work as metaphors for what's going on in the scene, or that provide props that can work as metaphors. Just something to add in a little bit more depth to the storytelling. On the big picture, it's also important to consider what aspects of the setting relate to your story. When I'm pre-writing, I don't worry about this too much. I brainstorm everything about the setting I can think of, and I like to try at least to go down 3 steps and up 3 steps. So I'll ask, okay, this sounds like a cool magic system. If I have this magic system, what caused it to work like that? What caused that to work like that? And what caused that to work like that? So I say, so what caused this aspect of my setting? And then what caused that thing? And I go backwards 3 steps. And then I say, alright, so if this aspect of the setting is set in stone, what would that cause? And then what would that cause? And what would that cause? So I figure out my elements of my setting, I go back 3 steps, what caused that, what caused that, what caused that, and I go forward 3 steps. What would that cause, what would that cause, what would that cause? And that gives a lot of depth to your world, and that can uncover some interesting world building facts that will make your world more unique, help you find things to question about maybe more cliche settings that you might just default to, and it will make your world more logistically consistent. However, once I'm actually into the writing, getting into outlining my plot, I look at all the detail I have, and kind of working off the iceberg principle. I'm not going to put all that into my book. I might put, the third step of then what, but not include the middle two. It might just be something that's in there that gets explained either in a future book or in some sort of encyclopedia that fans can find online or something. But even just having those details there can still make the world interesting, and it also gives you a lot of options when you're looking for settings, when you're looking for themes. You can find elements of the setting that match up with the themes of the plot you're building. This stage is kind of difficult to look at these elements individually because character, setting, and plot are all so intermingled. So just kind of, take it one step at a time and do your best. I hope some of that was helpful for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great day.